let's go, my friends. It's Good Friday. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing okay. Whew. Sorry to blast you with the audio there. I knew something was wrong today. How are you guys doing? We're doing okay. Let's see. We have 2 people in the chat. Let me know who you are. Report, say hi. I love to always know who's there. And very important too, I love to know where you guys are from. I'm gonna start today. I'm Jorge, right here from LA. And today I really have no plan. Fridays are like literally my most chill day because I work so hard every other day and I gotta work hard tomorrow again. I mean, of course I'm gonna work tonight, but I don't know, I feel like Friday afternoon, I just wanna like relax a little bit, regroup, try to like process what's happened this whole week, but of course get something done and come share it with you guys. Let's see the first person reporting, Daniel Rodriguez, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Let's do a cheer for that. Boom, 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 boom. I love it, I love it, I love it. I think you might be the first person, I think, in the chat ever from Brazil. The first person. We have somebody from Portugal. Same language, but totally different place, I know. Or similar language. But you're the first Brazilian. So I'm really thankful to have you here today, my friend. Very thankful, very thankful. Today, since I'm saying that it's my chill day, I was working on this drum set the other day. A couple days ago, because there's something that just always holds me back when I'm trying to do kind of live drums, and I feel like it's very necessary, especially like in this day and age. I always like to have the energy of like the hi-hats and cymbals and stuff like that, you know, like even if you use like drum machines. Wow, the volume of that thing is hot. But like I was saying, even if you have drum machines or everything, you always want to have a little bit of that room, a little bit of the cymbals, a little bit of the hi-hats, because it just adds that element of like connection with the audience and connection with the people, the listener. And I'm a listener first and foremost, so I like to feel that connection when I'm hearing the music. So I'm looking for live drums. And I kind of started like thinking that in the collection that I have, and I mostly use this software, Addictive Drums, but I've been thinking that in the collection that I have, I just simply do not have the drum sounds that I'm looking for. Hey, my friend Jordan, good to see you today, my friend. And Zigzag, good to see you here today, my friend. Sig, you're for friends, right? So we have right now Brazil in the house, Germany in the house, and France in the house. Amazing. And me, of course, LA. That is so cool. This is what I love about coming live on Fridays to see my friends. Anyway, but like I was saying, I feel like even though I have a few collections, I don't have the drums that I want. And there's like this rock song that I've been trying to produce, and every single day that I sit down and do anything about it, I keep coming back to my problem is that I don't like the drum sound. And there's like so many things that you can do, like mixing wise, but in the end it's never gonna sound the way I wanted it to sound. So I came up with this, which is pretty similar to something that I feel like it's usable. You know, I'm not gonna get like a superior drummer because it's like so expensive, so much storage that you need. Let me read that here. Indeed, you're a worldwide spread YouTube channel. Yeah, that's what's beautiful about YouTube. That what unites us is the music. Our love for music and making noise and tweaking little knobs and faders and stuff. Here we are like tricking drums today. But yeah, I was saying like I have this and this sounds pretty cool, but for example, my toms. I mean, that's pretty cool if you want like I don't know, like an old school vintage kind of drums. And everything that I have, oh, maybe I haven't tried this. The DW. Yeah, maybe I should play with those. I don't know why these like DW that they chose here, in my opinion, sound so bad. These are my favorites, I think, of the ones that I have here. Let me see, and let's try this. I mean, of course I can tweak it. Let's see what we do. Let me read what Sig says. I saw a video the other day that made me understand the app I use isn't bad. I just need to be extra careful with the dynamics. And then my friend Dirk, how are you, my man? Nice, I made it. Yes, you did. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you made it, my friend. Let me try to understand what Sig is saying. Okay, exactly. I love that you are hitting back on that. We've been talking about this subject. Almost every stream I say that I want to make a video about philosophy of tone. And honestly, that was going to be this Friday's video. Let's see if I can... I wrote the title. But then that is like a subject, in my opinion, that requires me to be mentally at my full capacity. And when I was making yesterday's video... you know, sometimes everything that happens in life gets you distracted somehow. And my mind wasn't really in the game. So I was just like, what can I do that is not going to require a really, really deep thought? Because every time I try to tell you like something that's important to me and that I hold dear, like philosophy of tone, for example, I want to give you the first and foremost, the most important, the best information that I can, right? That's number one, in my opinion. I want to give you the best I can. And let me get that music out. Give you the best I can, but make sure that it's like very easy to understand. That is a big goal, because I know that in this channel and you guys, everybody's in a different space, or like in a different mindset, and in a different career path. And so I want to make sure that when I say something in a video like important like that, like philosophy of tone, can you believe it? Say philosophy of tone. It has to be a nice video, in my opinion. So I've been thinking, and I've been writing little few bits of what I think that it's valuable to share. And one of the big things is exactly that sometimes the problem is not the app, is that we don't know how to use it. And sometimes I mentioned this the other day in a live show too. All these things that we're using whenever we're playing with amplifiers or rack effects, pedals, plugins, preamps, you name it. All these things are all audio equipment. And most audio equipment is designed to live comfortably within certain parameters. So we just need to wrap our heads around that, and then everything else just becomes easy. I remember even not too long ago, just trying to make, because in the music industry, we try to make music very loud, and just understanding that the hotter you get, the worse it's going to sound, even though you're trying to sound powerful and loud and everything. Anyway, I don't want to get into paradigms, but whatever, all I'm trying to say is you have to learn how to work with what you have in the parameters that you're playing with, and the playing field that everybody else is competing. And if some people sound good, you can sound good too. That's what I love to make sure that I am pushing on. If somebody sounds great, if you see Tom Bukovac, or if you see Red Scholl or Sean Tubbs, I don't know, Misha, Rabia Masad, even what's his name, Fluff, Agafish, all these people, they all know what they're doing. They all sound good. So if they sound good, why can't we sound good? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. If somebody's using Helix and they sound great, and I'm using Helix and I don't sound great, there's no magic happening. Again, like we were saying the last stream, is the parable that we're gonna call it the parable of the laptop. Producers trying to use the laptop like a scapegoat when everybody is making the number one hits in the world in laptops too. So it's not about the laptop. So I'm thankful that you mentioned that, my friend. Anyway, let me get back to my computer. So are you looking for drums VST to choose? Nah, not really. I'm just trying to figure out if I can find some sounds that I can actually use. Because the I noticed that the drums that I have here in my collection, they're pretty vintage sounding. And when I'm trying to make like a rock song, let's say this is a pretty good kick. This is a pretty good snare. But then these are vintage toms. And then when I go to like the most modern that I have, it's a sound I don't really like. So I was wondering, what can I do? Maybe I can come here and play with this, but I don't want to do this on stream because I feel like it's kind of boring for you guys to just watch me like sort of like mix. But I was wondering if I needed to either fix what I have, or maybe I just need to get another collection, because the other option would be getting maybe Superior Drummer. But Superior Drummer is just such a big investment, and then the problem is that the storage, like I think you have to have it's basically a whole hard drive just for Superior Drummer. Out of the video subjects, I asked now before the live starts, is there any chance I can hire you for a one-to-one class to teach me how to record and mix, or even hire you to mix records I make? Yes, my friend, Sig, go to my website, jorgelances.com, and just submit, tell me what you want. I think the way it's set up right now, it says like if you're like a signed artist, or if you are independent, that basically is going to determine for my team sort of like the price bracket that they can allocate you with. And then you tell me something about your project, because maybe I tell them, hey, I want to work on this anyway, and you know, I can work something in the background anyway. But I want to know about the project. So just shoot me an email through there with links to your music or whatever you've been doing and all that kind of stuff, and I am happy to work on your music any day. And then let me see. I love your tones that you're creating and what you add, no matter what kind of music it is. Thank you, man. That's a beautiful compliment. I appreciate you so much. Dirk Parkett says that snare is great, but yeah, the toms are butt, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I got a good kick, good snare, but the toms, I don't know. They're just not versatile enough. And then I have this, and they're already kind of like doing a little bit of what I feel we need to do, but I don't know. I just instantly don't like it. Something about it doesn't work in my head. What else do I have that is a 16? Let's try this. You know what I mean? Let's see. Okay, this is the one I had, right? Yeah, that's like a kick. Really good. Round badge is great. Let's see. Maybe I should work with a ground badge. Boom. Let's hear the other round badge. Sometimes I feel like they tune these drums a little too low. And let's see, is there a round badge? I guess low and high. And then round badge high. Honestly, I think I can work with these. I should try. Right? Sorry, let me read again. Oh, can you write it, please? I'm not fluent in English. Superior Drummer is too big for me. Yeah, Superior Drummer is it just becomes, you have to have like a data center. Sorry. And then let me read. Sig, just go to my website, jorgelances.com, and there, that's the easiest way. Or let me see. Wait, I have you in my Instagram, right? I think you added me on Instagram. Maybe I'll shoot you a DM there with the instructions so that it's easier for you to understand. And I know a little bit of French, so maybe we can bridge a gap over there. So now let me see what Jordan says. Try the Native Instruments various drum libraries. I used to use the Abbey Road drums. I used to like those a lot. It's just very hard to work with them outside of the software. And I've learned how to use the addictive drums. They really sound really good. For example, when I print my kick and I print it with the overhead, it's usually going to be a great sample. Or when I print the snare with my overhead, it's going to be a great sample. And then I just have like a room track outside of that. So I kind of like this, the way it works. And I didn't like too much the Native Instruments. I basically moved from Native Instruments to this. Then their Parker says, I like Easy Drummer. They have a way to put in recording or another instrument that helps you find a groove when you work with it. Yeah, that sounds really great. And then Jordan says, yeah, the Rabbit Roads is pretty amazing. Yeah, they sound great. The problem is when you take it out and try to mix it out. For me, at least. I think the Gretsch is usable. Yeah, I really like the round badge. I just want to hear those like boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? This feels like, for example, this, when I hear it, it just sounds like the head is like all loose. You know what I mean? I'm already fighting with stuff that I cannot fix. Oh, it's better without their processing though. Let me take their processing out again. Oh, way better. That's the key. Yeah, okay, good. I think we're gonna work with this. That's all I needed to bring it out in the universe and talk to you guys, and we fix this. Dirk says, yeah, you're too fast for me. I'm a little bit behind, but great minds think alike, baby. Yeah, that's funny, right? The processing taking all the ring out. We want thunder. Yeah, there you go. See, it's funny. Like, it's again the same thing that happens with the presets. You know, when they did this, they're thinking about something, and when I hear the sounds in my head, I'm thinking about something else. It's sometimes very hard to find that middle ground. But I found that this sounded pretty good the way they had it. Weird moves that I probably wouldn't do, but I felt like it sounded pretty good. I literally massaged it a little bit and saved it as my preset so I could know that, okay, this sounds good, I can work with it. And when I use addictive drums, what I tend to pay attention to is the way the room sounds. Because using different drums, the room sounds different. And you cannot make a drum set sound too far from what it already sounded when you recorded it. Yeah. There's weird stuff that happens with VSTs, right? But whatever. So yeah, I like these drums. But let's see, I was checking this. Let's see. Because, you know, they give you like a little preview. Which one is it? I have all these, but when I got all these drums, I was like really into like making messy sounding drums, you know, like the messier and the noisier, the better. Because at that point, I was mostly like enhancing stuff. Let's say we would go do great drums in a great studio, and then I would add like dirt to it just to make it sound like modern or whatever. And all these kind of drum kits, like, were good for that. But now I want to fake because most times I don't have the budget to go record drums. So I heard this, for example, right? And these sounded pretty cool. Let me see, which was it? Let me get my headphones. This one's really good. That snare, right? That's like a popcorn. Pop, pop, pop. Really good. I love this drum kit. And then the other one that I saw, more for like rock. Let me see. Yeah, I don't own any of this. But I feel like I have no usage for that kind of drum sets. This, I think. Oh, that's not what I want. This is the one, I think. for example, I don't like the kick, but you hear the toms, right? Those are kind of like the toms that I'm looking for. So I'm like, these already sound like that. You know, maybe I'm looking for the tama drums. Who knows? But then these people, I don't know, do they have sales? Not usually. I think they only have like big sales like around Black Friday and that kind of stuff. Let's see what drums are this. Custom Tama Star Classic. There you go. That's that sound. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. And see, they give you an extra kick, an extra snare, and a whole other slew of cymbals with it. See, I like that. See, like the toms. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me read here. Check the tuning on the toms. I wonder how flexible it is, right? Let's check that. Let's check that. It's a good idea. It was the silver drum kit. So yeah, you see, I've been doing some presets. Let's see. Let's change this back to the round badge. And let's take the processing off. But let's keep the pitch. And this is right here. I'm gonna put my velocity fixated. Let's see what happens with the pitch. First, let's try regular pitch. That's what I would think, right? Tom 1. I mean, depending on the key of the song that you're doing, but sort of. Let's see this Tom 2. It was this. Let's take this off. Wow, yeah, that overcompression was killing it. Yeah, this one you cannot go far. See, like the other one took. Sounds pretty good with like, how much is it? 5 semitones? Yeah. That one I think sounds still good. Right, like very workable. But this, at just 3 semitones, we're already done. Because of that, like hypertone, that like overtone is like very hype, like boo boo, boo boo, boo boo. Let me keep reading. Fairfax 2 is pretty organic sounding. Yeah, I wonder, this is Fairfax 2, I think. Yeah, see, I have that Gretsch, that red Gretsch with the Ludwig Black Beauty. This might be, all of these drums I think come from Fairfax 2, and now we're changing to Fairfax 1 drums, I think, or the other way around. Either or. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I have the kick from Fairfax 1, but then the toms right now we're doing the Fairfax 2. Basically, this is what we're doing, some sort of combo like this. Ah, I lost my things again. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We were doing silver. So, okay, we discovered already that this takes 5 semitones. Sorry, let me read whoever's here. I don't know, I would rather pay for another package for this than louder a Flea plugin, but Steven Slates has like, yeah, they have good drums. They sound old though. The first one was great, the second is dead. Yeah, the second didn't work. IK Multimedia has a kit of physical modeling. Oh, you're right, Moto Drum for free. I get excited about physical modeling, but that's because I had external hard drives. I guess that they are like hard drive hogs too, huh? Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be thinking about all these things. Okay, round batch here, and we did round batch plus 5 sounds good. Decent. And then round batch low. This one, that secondary harmonic is destroying. Boop, boop, boop. I kind of would like it to be there, but it sounds bad. Let's see what else do we have here. Modeling means low space requirement. Oh, okay, great. Moto drums is like 1/10 the size of drum. Oh, got it. Of sample drum kits. Sorry for being confusing. No problem, my friend. Modeling takes almost no space, so it's better. Don't worry, I'm keeping up with the chat. I talk a lot. No worries, man. Thank you for talking a lot. It keeps me. I'm doing this just to hang out with you. You know what I mean? If I would just wanted to be by myself, making noise, I would be making noise by myself. Actually, I'm gonna be doing that later anyway. Right now, I just want to hang out with you guys. So even better, don't let me get too into deep. Actually, let me do a refresh really quick here for the chat. We're basically just for fun. We can do anything. If you guys tell me to go to Helix, I might do that, whatever. I don't have anything for sure that I'm doing, but I thought, I've been toying with these drums. I never have a nice like modern sounding drum kit that sounds nice, and I was toying with this one thinking that this is like the most closest to modern that I have already, but I hated the tones on the toms. So we're trying to see if it's okay for me to just like maybe tweak it a little bit, or if I have to bite the bullet and go buy some toms. Because that's the cool thing about this like addictive drums, that I can go buy some toms right when I buy a package, and then I just use the toms and keep everything else. I wonder if the room sound is gonna sound different or anything, but that doesn't even matter. Nobody's thinking about that. Yeah, that overtone. Woo woo. I mean, I can take it away with some EQ. Or I wonder if it's because I haven't offsetted the room. Let's see if we go to 3 in the room. It got worse. Woo! 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 I mean, it sort of makes sense tonally, but tonally. But see, like that tom is like, that thing is like lower than a gong. How can it be so low, you know? Now let's go back here to round batch high. See which way louder. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. This is like, oh. You cannot even get there. Like, not even very white. Taking over your love, babe. See, and this sound like the same drum. Oh, because they are. They're just tuned differently. Ooh, horrible. Ooh, terrible. Sounds terrible. Terrible. So I guess the pitch doesn't work. It just kills the drum. It just literally kills the drum. All these things kill the drums. Like when you hear the kick and snare, you're like, yeah, I can get down. It sounds okay. I can hear like some Nickelback. I'm sorry for the joke. But then I don't know. I mean, especially after we hear that monster. Let me save this so I don't have to change the toms because this is the closest toms that I have. If I mix them a little bit, it might get better. I'm trying to go natural. But let's go again. It's like because when we were hearing those toms, right? Like the was it this? The tama, yeah. Drive. Wait, what is it? What was the song? Oh. Like those toms sound killer. In my opinion. In my opinion. See, this sounds like modern hip hop. Yeah, this sounds like my neighbor trying to play funk. Play the toms, play the toms. Okay, we have all these like Deftonies kind of toms. Yeah, this sounds pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Let me hear what we have here in the comment section. Do any other tom 2 sound good? I've tried. The problem is that as soon as you start like changing, everything sounds so weird. Yeah, I've been down this rabbit hole. It's just no bueno. That's why I feel like maybe I just need to start with something that sounds better. I mean, I will try to make those round badge toms sound good. I know I can. I know I can. My problem is I want to have my whole concept in life has been for the past like year or so. I don't want to have my gear getting in the way when I'm trying to make music because I don't want to have to be finding snare. I don't want to be having to find sounds at the moment that I'm playing. I want to know that I have these 3 kick drums ready to go at all times. That always sounds good. I have this drum kit that always sounds good, ready to go. This bass sound, this everything, right? And I have that in guitars. I have that in amps. I have a couple synths that I already know that I'm going to use most songs that I ever make. I do not have like a modern sounding drum kit. I do not. And then when I check my collection, all these are old school drums. Because even the Fairfax, you know, they do sound like 90s drums, kind of. And this sounds a little bit more modern. But I know for a fact that we can make those round badge sound better than those silver ones. Those silver ones, I've been using them, but every time it comes down to mixing or something that is just, oh my gosh, why did I use these? This sounds horrendous when I'm trying to mix it. It sounded okay in the preset. Anyway, so all I'm saying is like, I'm trying to make sure that the things I'm using here doesn't require more processing just to sound good or just to sound okay. Anyway, let me see here. We're getting somewhere. Motown had ringier tones than this. LMAO, yeah. Wait, we're getting somewhere, man. Yeah, disappointing. I love that you're following throughout the whole thing. When your samples sound like they need sample replay. Exactly, Dirk, my friend. That is the point. What it sucks, right? I'm using sample drums and then I take them to the mix and I need samples for the samples. What the hell? It makes no sense to me. So that's why so what does that tell me? What does that tell me? It doesn't tell me that the plugin is wrong, right? It tells me, Jorge, you're choosing the wrong drums. That's all. That's all that's happening, right? You're trying to make a shoe fit even though it's not your size. And that's why I'm thinking maybe I need to get something that is a little bit more modern. And I know that Definitely, Superior Drummer has something for me, but too much. But I'm thinking this sounds killer. Like this sounded incredible. These toms. That preset in and of itself sounds pretty okay. A little roomy, but there's nothing you can do about it. So what does that tell me? That tells me we've seen that usually when they put processing, they make them sound good for the preset, but sort of like worse in our idea. So I wonder if I take the processing off of this drum kit, I might get what I want. We'll see. We'll see, but let's not get too caught up in that. Hey, hello, my friend Aquatic Borealis. If you want modern drums, check out Trias from Wave Alchemy. It's more electronic focused though. Yeah, that's the thing. I do have electronic drums. I want live sounding drums. Cause like Splice, you have everything. and there's another company that does pretty good. I can't remember the name right now. It totally slipped my mind. I find that the one of the more complicated things to do is find drums that work well with each other without wasting too much time, right? Because sometimes I feel like it's a telltale of where we are in our careers. When maybe we have punchy kicks, maybe we have like great snares or whatever, but they don't sort of fit with one another. I don't know, that's weird. Derek Parker said, I just released an EP today, a folk acoustic one with 3 ballads. Oh man, that's awesome. And I'm saving up for work with some, I'm saving to work with you on some of more my puppy stuff in the future. I'd love to be part of your journey, man. Anytime, whenever you're ready, I'm ready. That's amazing. You should send us the link so we can check it out and get copyright claimed by you. Let's see, I'm gonna open Contact 5. Can you believe that I'm still on Contact 5? I should buy the new Contact. Or not Contact, I should just get the whole Native Instruments. Yeah, okay, you know what I was thinking? I want to try that Mondo thing. Moto drums. Abbey Road, we're gonna check Abbey Road, let's do it. Rafita Papita 2099. Ay, what's up, my friend? Good to see you here. Yeah, you can see here that the 70s Abbey Road was one of my favorite, because everything that you see up here, well, except from this that I cannot use, they're just there because they were right there in the last update that I did. But this is what I use the most in this order. And I use Contact. Not a lot of bass. Not a lot of this. They have cool presets though. Okay, this is the one okay, Abbey Road. Do they have modern? They do have modern drummer, right? Yes, there you go. I remember using this. The white is like a DW and the sparkle is a pearl or vice versa. Let's check it out. Yeah, I think this is like the pearl, huh? Hello. Let's see. Our MIDI. We are on. And we are on. There we go. See, that's the thing. When you come from Addictive, they sound fake. Yeah. I moved from them to... They have a very tight focus sound. See, but they, for example, have a full sound of a kick, and then overhead is just ambience. Where usually when you have overhead, that's a pretty good kick drum sound. This is not a good kick drum sound. That's what I'm saying. This is when I start hitting roadblocks with them. See, this is just a splashy thing. Again, in the preset, it sounded okay, and you're like fooled to use it, but the room is cool. Why? Because I don't care about the drum tone in the room as much. Oh, but the toms, right? It just sounds so fakey. They sound like my old Casio keyboard. Dirk, tell us about your if you dropped it on YouTube, I can go on YouTube and check it out right now. Let's check your album. Then we have something to celebrate. Okay, let's see. So definitely I do not love the silver. I remember liking the white a little bit more. Let's hear it. Yeah, that's this DW. Dude, that snare sounds almost like a tom. Let's see what happens in the new mezzo. Yeah, actually the toms are fire. They're just like tuned very close. Right? I wish they were like boom, 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 ball. No, like they're like a quarter semitone. It's pretty good, the interval. It's just too close. Yeah, but this sounds good actually. Let's see what happens if I tweak the mix a little bit. Let's mute this, guys, for now. See, that sounds like a room to me, not like an overhead. I might be messed up though. Or like how far were they? Were they like 28 feet away from you in the overhead? Like really over? Sorry, I haven't read since you asked. I don't know if that works because the chat suppresses links. Oh, okay. Mary May EP, a folk odyssey of a young woman that grows up in a small town in the South during the turn of century in the early 1900s and find unexpected solace in a new friend named Jean. Very nice. It's just their life story. Dirk Parker, Mary May. 28 feet, right? Let me bring you guys out here really quick and let's go find Dirk's music. Let's share art. Let's celebrate Dirk's drop. I'm thankful to have this opportunity. Eric Parker, Mary May. Moonshine Town. The Riverbank. And Through. Which one would you like me to play? Keep in mind, there's a reason I want to work with Jorge. I'm not great alone, though. It doesn't matter, my friend. It's your art. Never say that about your art. We all need somebody. And we're all better with somebody else. We're never the best version of ourselves unless we are actually working with other people. Which one do you want me to play? We have Moonshine Town. Let's go. I'm going to bring you guys in the computer. Sorry, nobody right back. Here we go. Sounds incredible. Love the guitar. You guys hear it? Wait, it's too low for you guys. Let me turn it up. Wow, I love your voice, man.
Little boys would run around and chase all the little girls. She learned at the schoolhouse and she dreamed of a bigger world. Someday she'd get out of this town, run away with the other girls. As the moon shone down on the moonshine town, it was clear as day. No room for Mary May.
Yeah, your voice is incredible, man.
Mary May grew up in a small house at the end of a little lane, and the men would come around asking for the hand of Mary May. Mary's mama would turn him down, saying that ain't up to me. Mary May would lie in her room, reading books till she fell asleep. As the moon shone down on the moonshine town, it was clear as day.
Love it.
For Mary May.
I love the little piano moment. So good. A cute little fiddle would have been nice, like a lo-fi fiddle somewhere.
New kid moved into
Not that you're asking, right? I'm sorry.
in a house on a winding street. They went to the schoolhouse where Mary felt most free. Heading home, Mary saw them out, sitting under the shady tree. Short hair and their head turned down to a book they were trying to read. Mary May sat in the grass, and the new kid said, I'm Jean.
No, I love the chord change. That's so good.
Neath the shade of the willow tree.
What a great song, man. I love it.
Shone down on the moonshine town. It was clear as day. There was room for Mary May.
I love it. I love your lyrics too. Love it, man. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. What a killer tune. Sorry, there was a snare there. That was so funny. Let me read the moonshine. Okay, this definitely gonna kick me out. Alright, let me keep reading here. Moonshine Town is the first. Let's just do that. Yeah, that was a great song. Thank you. You're very kind. No, thank you, man. You're killing it. It sounds amazing. I love your voice. See, and Daniel, look, your voice too sounds amazing. All done live, by the way. Beautiful, man. And it sounds great. Vocals and guitar, my brother. His piano, beautiful. Your brother is a great piano player. Beautiful. That was a great moment. You plan on doing more production deluxe versions. I just like to keep a piano and guitar for this because that's what I knew I could make sound good enough. No, it sounds great, man. Not good enough. It sounds great. I struggle most with arranging and choosing sounds, which seems like it may be a strength of yours. Yes, it is. AKA why I want to work with you. And then funny, the applause. Thank you, guys. Anyway, Dirk, thank you for sharing your art with us, man. Really, really beautiful. Really, really. I love your voice. I love your decision making. Killer. Amazing instincts. Musicality is just flawless. Your brother is a killer keyboard player. Piano player. It just sounded really good, and I love how warm all the tones were. Like very inviting. It made me feel good all throughout. You know, it was a good experience. I loved it altogether. Yep. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I wonder why when I hit this. Oh, okay, because I hit a button here in my controller. I don't know why when I did the cheer for the song, all of a sudden I heard a snare, and it's because I pressed onto the keyboard and I didn't notice. Thank you so much. That's my dream. Thank you for commenting on the vibe. Of course, man. Thank you for sharing that great music. Let's see what else they have here. Since we were checking the native instrument. Is there anything good? I know the 70s I like. I want to check this studio drummer. And I know I have a license for that mod drum or moto drum or whatever that IK multimedia is. I want to check to see that maybe next time. Yeah, we check the modern drummer. That was the modern, this one that we have right here. This like. I mean, it sounds good. It does sound good. Snappy and poppy. Where's Crackle? Right, all the Rice Krispies. But it doesn't vibe with me. Something about it doesn't. I feel like it's more natural when I hear the addictive drums to me. Modern. That is not modern. They lied. I guess I was expecting rock. Yeah, me too. And this sounds really nice and pristine. So much room. There's very little hi-hat. Even though the fader's all the way up, if there's no overhead, there's no hi-hat. So there's another thing. You have to have your loud overhead to have hi-hat. So then you have to do a separate mix for the room. But this overhead sounds a lot more like I remember overhead sounding. Sounds more like an overhead than a room, which is how it should be. Let's see, what kind of modern drums are you looking for? Something like the drums used by Polyphia? No, because they are basically just using. I mean, yes and no. They're just using acoustic drums with samples and electronic drums, which is pretty much what we're doing. But yeah, I wonder what they use, what their library is. I wonder if they're using that like Get Good drums. Although even though that's a little way too metal, because I haven't done a metal song in years and years. The closest to metal that I've done is like some punk. But So it's no point in me like trying to get a metal sound. But what I mean by modern is really nicely ringy tones and like full range, that they don't have like like that extreme like bark in the mid range. That they don't have like any lo-fi. I kind of want to hear like, and we were checking earlier. I love that like Tama drum kit that we were hearing in Addictive Drums. It's just a modern drum kit, because in Addictive Drums, what I have is there's like all those like 90s sounding like the Gretsch round back and the whatever that red drum kit that they have is, I think it's is it a Gretsch too? Or a Premier drum kit? I can't remember. Those are the most modern ones that I have. But then other than that, I have the vintage drums, which is like an old like Slingerland kit or something like that, like very, very old. And then I have the United drum kit, which is just like very trashy and like very hyper processed. And the drums are like very, I want to say they're like more like a character drum than they are like a carrying a song kind of drums. And what's the other one that I have? And then the other one that I have is just whatever it comes with it, like that DW drum kit. But that DW drum kit doesn't sound, in my opinion, the way I would like it to sound. Honestly, this sounds better already. Than the DW drums. But I like my kick better and I like my snare better that I have in Addictive Drums. Okay, let's see the Stadium kit. What's the difference? Sorry, let me read here. And then I totally agree on having one great kit that you can use for most things. Exactly. It'll help during creating to not fiddle with crap. Exactly. That's exactly my whole point. You know, I don't want to, if I'm making a song and all of a sudden anybody in the room were like, oh, you know what? It'd be great to have like some drums here. I just want to be able to recreate the experience of just like going down and sitting down in my drum kit and record it. Right. And if I have any drum kit in my studio or any studio that I'm in, it's always going to be sort of modern because all my equipment is modern. Right. And I'm going to choose microphones that are modern. I don't see myself buying like, you know, RCA microphones or anything like that. So I would kind of want to recreate that experience, you know, of having a modern sort of like commercial drum kit, which is not what I would do in the real life. I kind of know what kind of drums I would buy if I had my space that I could have drums set up all the time. But that's a different story. So all I'm trying to do is like recreate that experience. Okay, just go into drums and play. Right now, I don't have it. Right now, I have something that, yeah, if it's just kick and snare, I have something. But as soon as I need to play some drums, it just sounds horrible. So that's why I'm looking to see if there's anything that I own already, so I don't have to make any expense. But because I already saw that I can throw some money in it and just go buy those Tama drum kit and the Addictive Drums. And that's in my head now. That I gotta go buy it. But I want to not spend the money. So if I have something that is going to be better than that, yes. This one, I feel like it has good toms. Wait, is it this? No, this one I hate the Stadium. But let's see if I take this off. Okay, I guess this is like an effect then. Is there... Okay, buses. There you go. It is a reverb. Or no. No, it's part of the drum kit. Almost like it doesn't really need all this. Yeah, but without overhead, there's no hi-hat, you know, and that overhead is way too roomy. Unless you're doing like, it doesn't even sound good for like a ballad, like, right? Because it has that boom, ring on the snare. And the thing is that, yeah, you can manipulate it until a certain point, but if that ring is on that snare, if I was in the studio, I would go damp that snare. I would go tune it again. I would do something to fix it before I even record it. So why am I going to use a plugin that has a mistake or a problem that I would have fixed in the studio if I would have been in the studio? You know, that's my problem when I'm trying to use stuff that other people are making, is that I have the experience of going in the studio and making the sounds just like a plugin. And I'm like, okay, so you guys had this issue. You guys didn't fix it. And now you're selling it to me. And now I'm going to use it. I'm not going to use it. No wonder your mixes sound like ass when you start making music, right? Because you're just like putting plugins and you have no clue that they had all these horrible mistakes that you would have never made if you were in the studio in the first place. Anyway, not horrible mistakes. That's a little harsh. But you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. But let's say if you go here, yeah, this is all great. Because you're not judging it against anything. If you put this in a song, the statement is already made. Nobody is expecting you to sound, better than POD or anything like that. Nobody wants you to sound like Falling in Reverse or anything like that. No. But if you do, so if you're making a song like that, yeah, you killed it. There you go. You have it. Use different instrument tracks just so that everything is multi-tracked already. One for the kick, one for the snare, one for your hi-hats, and then you're killing it. But when you want like a bread and butter kind of kit that is a problem fixer, a bone, your foundation of your studio, you're not doing that. So yeah, that's what I feel with Native Instruments. Native Instruments is very cool if you had a conceptual idea, or if you're doing like orchestral stuff. All their factory library stuff is great. Really great. I love Damage. I try to sneak it in every time I can. This drum lab is really cool. Like if you're trying to do like boom bap, or let's see. Let me see, what was the snapshot I like? One of this. Which one was it? I wanted to say it wasn't this. Natural? So yeah, if you get like the Beastie Boys in the studio, you killed it. That's a great plugin. Especially because it sounds like shoddy and it already sounds like it's like sampled. Like you grabbed a tape machine or something. And then my favorite that I used all the time used to be this. The 70s. And I used to love this tight one. It almost sounds like a Beat It. Is it Beat It? Billie Jean. You know what I mean? This sounds great for that, but I'm not making that kind of music all the time. So let's say if I was making a little like a little like sort of like this new disco music that everybody's making that is pretty cool and I like it a lot. This is a great drum kit. Small enough so that you have enough space for a great bass and like great vocals and stuff. I need to bring this kit back. This is a great kit. And of course, that's why it's in the top of my list. This is my first drum set in Native Instruments. Because I hear this in a song already. As just like that without tweaking anything. It already sounds like music. I don't have to do anything. That sounded great to me. That sounds like drums. Of course, if you play a drum pattern that matches it. And then this one, did I ever use? Oh yeah. What would be? Okay, I want to read this. Let me read. The Ludwig Black Beauty is my favorite snare. It is. It is. Is what you had in Addictive. Yes, it is. That's exactly what I had. That one and the Supraphonic. The Supraphonic for something a little bit more vintage, and then the Black Beauty for regular. Because the Black Beauty is still a modern drum. That's why that sounded so good. And I think even when if I get the Tama drum kit, I'll still use that snare because it's one of my favorites just in history. And then great points. Thank you, my friend. I never fully grasped the routing in Contact, save for multi-out drums. I understand. Yeah, it's not that easy. I have Get Good Drums and I use Get Good Drums in Contact. I just made a template and forget about it because it's kind of weird. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes total sense. Yeah, there's something about the multi-output. I remember I already figured this out. I might do a video just to help do that, and maybe that's gonna help me in my own productions because I feel like the multi-output works very similar to the way it works in Battery, and Battery is what I use for my more like electronic drums. I got like a couple drum kits that, let's say for example right now that I did a batch of like urban music. I have like a couple presets, right? That would work instantly without too much issue. And then in every octave, I have a set of drums like that, right? And special drums, you know? So I want to have this set up too for multi-output. So I might do that, and I do it in a video, my friend, if I do. This is where I have my Scott Storch kit. Anyway, so yeah, that's a good idea to do that. Let me read a couple more texts and I'm about to head out of here. Let's see. Led Zeppelin, yes, sir. Was that song? Is that the Immigrant song or? Whatever that song is, I love that one. I love a Supraphonic. There you go. See, my friend? Same thought. The Supraphonic is just really good. Mondo Mod Drums Custom Shop is around 2 gigs. That's not too bad. And that's because they can't model the cymbals. Okay, got it. So the plugin is like 250 and then the cymbals is the rest. Got it. And yeah, the Immigrant song. Let's see. I might do that. I might end up do that. I don't want to open another kind of worms right now. Because I know if I open a plugin right now, I am not going to stop in like the next 25 minutes. But man, I'm so thankful for you guys. I'm thankful that you guys came up today. It's a great Friday. Thinking about so many things that I have to do today. But I'm not gonna let it overwhelm me because in the end, that's the thing about work, right? And work-life relationships and stuff like that. When we do the kind of work, at least I'm fortunate enough to do the kind of work that I do, and of course I have to do other stuff too. Like I'm here on YouTube too, you know what I mean? But I found that I really enjoy it now, and honestly, my favorite part is going live. I would stop making videos altogether and just come live every day. It's really my favorite part of it all. And I love that some of you guys are like willing to go like down the hole and just make a song with me on stream. I probably should do that like one day, just like a 6-hour stream and make a song with you guys. That'd be really fun. But you know what I mean? Like I wish I was just making music 24/7. But I have to find other ways to do other things and to connect with other people, and it's just what it is. But at least it's stuff that I like. So I'm thankful for that. And I hope that whatever it is that you do, you find solace in little things that you like too. Like, for example, I have a friend that I was talking to the other day, totally different world, right? He is a software engineer and he basically designed the whole infrastructure in which Nike is running on today. He's like one of his in-house software engineers, and he was just telling me how he finds solace in just like being coding, and he's just excited and he's just trying to find solutions to problems, and it's just like it's exactly the same job as I am doing, but I'm doing it with music, right, and with songs and stuff like that. It's hilarious. So in the end, I hope that you have something similar, my friend. Let me read here what we have. Thanks for hanging out. My friend Dirk Parkett says, dude, thank you so much for taking the time to text so much with me because you're making me feel that I'm with friends. If you see, like right now, I'm happy that there's 9 of us, and I think that might be a record. Maybe that was a record, actually. 9 people on stream at once, which would be great. Yeah, that was the record. Yeah, let's go. We did a record today. 9 people on stream. Ooh, let's hit that like button, guys. It's only 5 likes. Let's hit a like. But anyway, I was saying, thank you for being here today. Thank you for having the fun that we're having. I appreciate you guys tons. Thank you for texting. Thank you for dropping chats. That's what makes everything so much fun. If not, this would be so much boring. And other than that, my friends, I'm going to let you guys go. Let's drop a W in the chat. Let's drop a like. And I'll see you guys soon. Expect a video this Sunday. I have no clue what's it going to be about. But there's going to be something there. I've been trying to do, actually, let's ask you guys right now. You're my inner circle. Well, I've been thinking, I have so many ideas about what to make. And I'm tired of checking plugins. I don't want to check any more plugins right now for a while. I want to make a tone. Everything that I have in my list, it's just, this plugin, that plugin, that plugin, that plugin. I don't want to do plugins. And then I don't want to do a tier list because those take so long to make. It's so hard to make those videos. And I think last one I only got like 100 views or 100 and something. So I don't know if I should make another one right now. Maybe wait until there's another hype of it. But I might make the worst, the worst amps in Amplitude. That would be a fun one to do. Workflow optimizations. I like that. I like that. Let me put it right here in my list. Workflow optimization. That sounds great. DAW battle. That's incredible. I haven't thought about getting into that game, but I should. I used to be an Ableton user for the longest time. You're on Reaper, but you want to jump on Ableton? Yeah, I used Reaper too very early on when they basically had just came up with it. What Reaper was it? I can't remember. But it was one of the very first, I think like the biggest update that I saw when I used Reaper back in the day. It was when they first started having customizable interface. Like you could change the colors from that like green and gray scale to then they had like another skin that was like white. And it was really cool. Reaper was super ahead of their time back in the day. Really, really ahead of its time. Right now, Reaper does everything that everything else does in one DAW. But I always had a couple gripes with Reaper. And I think a lot of people do too. What are your gripes? Why are you trying to go to Ableton? See what I'm saying anyway? You're trying to jump out of it. I like the modular interface, but the GUI is kind of dated. Yeah, it looks like old Sonar or something. I don't know. My main point when I talk about DAWs, there's only 2 things that should be in your mind when you're choosing your DAW. The first thing is, what's easier to use? That would be the second. the first thing that you need to think about when you're choosing your DAW, everything is going to be a learning curve. You're going to have to learn Ableton right now, so you're in a crossroads. If you are trying to learn a DAW because you are trying to work in the music industry, go to different studios, collaborate with different producers, be able to go to recording session to recording session and send the session to somebody else and have him perfectly recall it in a different world, in a different part of the world or everything like that, you have to use Pro Tools. Simple as that. There's no other choice. Nothing matters. If you need to do your beats in Logic and then put it into Pro Tools, or if you need to do your instrumental in Fruity Loops and then dump it into Pro, then you have to learn Pro Tools. And I stopped using anything else because I had to use Pro Tools just because my work required it. And then I was doing beats for a while and then transferring to Pro Tools. And then I just realized, why am I wasting my time? I literally can do everything in Pro Tools. There is nothing you cannot do in Pro Tools. Some things might need a little bit of a workaround. Some things are easier to do in Pro Tools and some things are easier to do in Fruity Loops. But everything that you can do in Fruity Loops, you can actually do in Pro Tools somehow. So I would recommend, if that's your idea, get in the music industry, then you have to learn Pro Tools and that's it. Easy. Boom. The choice is made for you. But in the second place is like, what's the easiest? Just use whatever feels the easiest to you, or whatever inspires you the most. For example, I could never really work in Fruity Loops because just that interface alone makes me I don't know why. Maybe you could like PTSD or something, but it like totally transports me to a different place, a different time in my life, a different everything, and I just don't want to use it. But those would be the two main things, but whatever. I'm just rambling too much, my friends. I am overextending my welcome. I thank you so much for being here once again. I hope to see you again soon, hopefully Monday. Again, I'm going to be like around 2:30-ish or maybe 3, and then I'm going to hopefully stay till like 4. I try to stay till 4. Sometimes I could do a little bit longer if we're like very in a roll. And then on Sunday, you can expect a video. I might go live tomorrow a little while, depending on what I'm doing. Oh, yes. I want to fix a little bit of my guitars. So I might do that tomorrow live on stream. So if you can catch me, that'll be fine. It would be great. I hope it's going to be maybe like around 11 in the morning for me, but Pacific Standard Time. So early afternoon if you're in the East Coast, or I don't like around 8 or 9 p.m. if you're in Europe, 10 p.m. Just to chill, because I want to change the pickup rings on my Les Paul. You know, the Les Paul Studio comes with the black rings. I want to put the cream rings. That is just the way a Les Paul looks in my head, and I want trying to make mine look like a Les Paul in my head. And then I want to fix the pickup rings in my PRS, because right now the pickups are like very loose, and I got the very tall springs, so that's gonna keep it tight. So I'm gonna do that soon. I hope I can do it tomorrow on stream. But other than that, my friends, thank you so much for being here. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't. Drop little hearts. Let's spam the chat. Drop a W. Say hi to everybody around you. Be nice to each other. And have a great weekend, my friend. Thank you so much for being here again.